Hey everyone, happy Thursday. Let me get myself situated. Hey, happy Thursday and welcome to Make It with Magnolia Thursday. As you're hopping on, say hey. Let me know where you're watching from too. All right, my name is Lisa and I'm one of the co-owners of Magnolia Design Co. And today I'm going to make a project with you. Every Thursday we hop on here. We got Wednesday at 2 o'clock. And Win It Wednesday, and then we have Make It with Magnolia Thursday at 1 o'clock. So let me adjust there we go, adjust the camera just a tad so you can see everything that I'm doing. So I think this looks good. You guys have a good view of everything I got going on. All right, let me move it just a little smidge more. I don't know, am I cutting off my head? Sorry, I had this perfect before I went on and then I just kind of lost my place. Okay, so today we're going to be working on a cool project together. One of the things that we're going to be using is this Waymaker stencil. And we have a opening of the vault for a short period of time. It's Wednesday to Tuesday, I guess, 5 or 6 days, that you can get 5 particular stencils that are in the vault each week. Through the month of June. So lots of opportunity to get stuff that you love. If you love this stencil, you need to hop on and buy it as soon as possible, because really when they're gone, they're gone. So let me go into let me pop in here so I can see you guys' comments, and then we're going to get started on our project for the day. All right, and thanks for joining me. Hey Lisa, good to see you. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to be working with today is I am going to be working with the Waymaker stencil. It says Waymaker, Miracle Worker, Promise Keeper, Light in the Darkness. My God, that is who you are. All right. Then I don't know, with our rub-on transfers, I have some that I just like really love. And so I was playing with what I wanted to do. I was thinking butterflies, could I use those? How could I incorporate it? Also, this one, the Distress Compilation Transfer, it's got that beautiful bee and some other cool things on it, including, a song sheet. But then I said, I think Scraps and Roses is speaking to me today. I saw that rose and that bird, and I'm like, yeah, I'm doing that. It's got some song music here, and really these are lyrics from a song. All right, so I decided on this one. So I'm going to use the Scraps and Roses, I'm going to use the Waymaker stencil, and I'm going to use our 11.5 by 11.5 double-sided frame, and I'm going to take that out and show it to you. It comes in this great box. It ships to you, and you can use either side. So I'm going to use the painted side, I think. Let me see. I could also decide to use the stained side. So typically when I'm working with, typically when I'm working with the transfers, I like to paint the surface, because I want to make sure that all the colors that are on the transfer come through as true as possible. But sometimes it just looks good on the wood. I'm going to do the painted side. So let me set this aside. And then I've got chocolate brown, and you guys can help me out. I think I've settled on chocolate brown and then this maroon chalk paste to work with. So let's start by using the Scraps and Roses transfer. I'm just going to take it out of its packaging. Some of our all the rub-on transfers, come with instructions, and you'll either find them on the back of the little bag that it comes in, or you'll find them on some of the other ones. We've kind of moved into this like big instruction piece that is an insert along with it. It's just a good thick piece of paper that's in there. But all the same instructions, don't worry about it. It's all the same. Okay, what I have noticed with the rub-on transfers is if you heat them up a little bit. I'm not going to do it, but if you heat it up just a little bit, it tends to come off a whole lot easier. So if you are not someone who uses rub-on transfers a lot or don't know a lot about them, maybe applying a little bit of heat might be the way to go for you. So, hey, Teresa, thanks for joining. So I am going to, I don't know, I don't know. Am I going to do this one? I think I'm going to, I don't know. Hang on, I'm kind of changing my mind here. Let me see. Let me see which one I want. I think I am not doing this one. I think, ooh, I love the way they smell. I think I will do, I like the B one. I'm doing the B one. Okay. I'm sorry, I changed my mind. I'm going to do the Distressed Compilation Transfer. Okay, so I'm just going to peel back the carrier sheet here and remove it. All right, so I'm just going to go slow, especially these that are all like one piece and they're not like cut up in little pieces like individual designs like this. You can cut those out, but with these, I'm just going to peel this whole sheet. I want to use the whole sheet. And so a rub-on transfer, if you haven't used it, is a lot like a big sticker, right? So you want to be careful because as soon as you place this down, that's where it's going to be. So I'm going to find a place for myself here and then press it into my frame. Oh, I'm glad I went with this one. Okay, you see this one? All right, now the hey Deborah and Bricket Creations. Hey Grace and Vonda. Hey, thanks for joining me, you guys. All right, so I'm going to use our burnishing tool. It's our Magnolia signature color, and I'm just going to start burnishing. And basically, that means I am going to rub on this transfer, rub it onto the surface. So like I said, it's like a big sticker, and what we want to do is press it down or burnish it onto the surface. And what we're doing here is just making sure, you know, getting rid of the air bubbles, pushing those out, and getting this rub-on transfer to stick to the surface that I've put it on. Now, what you're going to notice when you do that is I like to put the whole thing on first, then go back around and lift as I go. Lift and burnish as I go. What you're going to notice when you do this is that the rub-on transfer, excuse me, the sheet that it was carrying it on, the sheet on the front is going to start to come away from pull away from the rub-on transfer. And the transfer is going to stick there, but you start to notice that it's doing its job when you can see that the top piece kind of changes a little bit. Let's see if I can give you an idea of what that's going to look like here without pulling the whole thing off. And some of these take a little more work than others. You just got to work on them. As you're peeling it back, if it doesn't seem to want to stick, you're going to roll it right back where it was and just start burnishing again. Oh, come on now. This thing's being stubborn. I got it in the corner. I didn't cut it exactly, which would have been a little bit better. But you can see it starting, I don't know if you can see that, but you can see as it starts to separate, the top piece turns a little bit of a different color. It gets almost like opaque or something. You can kind of see that it's pulling apart, and that is great. That is what we want. So you can go just a little bit at a time. This one is coming up real easy, so I'm happy about it, but I'm going to go slow because I don't want to mess up this beautiful design. Again, like I said, if it doesn't pull apart easy, just roll it back in place and continue to burnish it. Now, if you do find that you pull it up too far and you actually tore a part of it, again, just roll it back in place. Especially something like this, it's got a distressed look anyway. you're not even going to see the seam. So I'm just going to keep on working until I get all this on, and it's coming off real nice. Really, really well. I'm glad I went with this design and everything. Excuse me. I had a thought that I would use something different, like a different surface, but I couldn't really find the one that I wanted for this Waymaker, and put the butterflies all around it. Wouldn't that be beautiful? I kind of had a thought that I might do it like with, you know, an embroidery hoop even, and on fabric. That was my thought. I was talking to one of our creators today about fabric. Has anybody out there done a rub-on transfer on fabric? I have, but just wondering about heat setting it and everything. I typically think about doing it on fabric. I'm thinking about like an embroidery hoop, right? So it would be something that you wouldn't wash and wear. Just wondering if anybody else has had experience and what you do. Anybody have plans for this weekend? Tomorrow is my birthday. I'm turning 60, and I'm going to take the day off tomorrow. So I'm excited about that. Very nice work you're doing. I can't try that myself. Oh, Deborah, yeah, you should. This is going to be adorable. Thank you, Patty. Thank you. It's so pretty. You know, you guys know that I design most of our stencils. I get some help from my sister, and I get some advice from people that I know and trust in the community, and also Crystal will help me now and again as well, doing some designs. And the rub-on transfers I started doing, and then my sister came in and started doing a bunch of them too. So she mostly does them at this point, and aren't they beautiful? I mean, she did, this is the one she did. This is one of the ones, but how gorgeous. How gorgeous is that? All right, so I'm going to put a, hey, oh, thank you, Deanna, I appreciate that. Thank you, Vonda and Patty. Hey, Pam. Oh, thank you, ladies. I appreciate that. All right, so I am going to now work on the next part of it. I got a little bit of extra because I didn't trim it. I got a little on the side. I'll just scrape that off later. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stencil on top of that. I almost want to cry that I'm going to stencil on top of that, but I'm going to do it anyway. All right, so let me open my stencil up. And again, it's the Waymaker. I'll open it up and you can see it a little bit better because I've got my window open here and it's kind of like bright. So the glare on the plastic might prevent you from seeing it as well. But here it is. I'm going to be using this stencil. All right, and I did switch it up. So now, not sure that this color works as well. Didn't think about that. But it might pop. What do you guys think? I'm going to show it to you. Do you think the brown and maroon are still going to work with this? Let me know your thoughts. Oh, Teresa says, oh, my Saturday is my 64th birthday. Yay. And so my son and daughter-in-law are taking me to Hilton Head for the weekend. Wow, how nice. Very nice. Okay, so what are your thoughts? I mean, this has got some blue running through it. I'm not sure if I want to go blue because I feel like it might be too loud with the blue, you know. I don't want to do Magnolia, like I don't want to get gaudy on it. I want it to look nice. So that's why I was kind of thinking the maroon and the brown. So I'm going to go with it. That's what I was thinking. Oh, Meredith says, celebrating my husband and daughter's birthdays. Wonderful. And a double baby shower for brothers and their wives due 7 days apart. Wow, that's awesome. Awesome. Okay, I'm getting my tacky towel out here because the first time I'm using this stencil. I'm going to go ahead and write on the back what it is, so I'll remember to put it back there. And remember that brown will be good, Patty says. Okay. Waymaker, if you guys do not have this stencil, it's one to get. Again, like I said, you're going to short period of time. Next week it will be gone, so you might want to pop on and get it while you can. And keep it muted. Don't overdo it. Okay, thank you. Great advice. You know, I think even if it's like the same color as some of the background, it'll come through, but it won't look gaudy, right? Okay, so just brown, you guys, just brown, or also maroon? Let me know. Brown. I'm getting brown. Okay, so I'm going to pick up a little bit of lint on this because, you know, it's the first time I'm using this, like I said. Plus, I'm putting it on the paper, and I want it to come off easy. And, you know, on this rub-on transfer, I'm not sure what's going to happen with it. So I'm going to test a little area first. I have not stenciled right over a rub-on transfer without waxing it, and I did bring my wax and our little wax pad. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to wax it or just move on. Right? Okay. Yep. Okay. Trust your gut. Okay. I'm going to do it. All right. Let me try this little spot here and see if what's going to happen when I do this. I'm going to put a little bit of wax on it. I feel like I don't want to ruin it. All right, so I'm just going to use our wax applicator and go ahead and put it on. Hey, Connie. Thank you, Meredith. I will. So I'm going to go ahead and just wax the surface a little bit. And this is just going to just help seal this in a little bit, this rub-on transfer. It's also going to keep my stencil from sticking too much. Oh, that's going to be nice. Actually, I kind of like that little extra touch. So I put it on, and now I'm just going to use the other side to kind of like rub it off, right? Wax on, wax off. All right. That was a good choice. Okay. So now I'm going to put that on my stencil, and I'm going to try to figure out the best place for it. I've got some butterflies going on here. So I'm not sure that I necessarily feel like it has to be in the middle. I don't want to cover up my bee. So I am going to put it in the middle just so I don't cover up my bee. Another thing I love about our stencils, obviously, right, you can pick it up and move it if you don't have it positioned right where you want it. Okie dokie. All right, I'm going to lay it down, and this is where it's going to be, guys. Right there, right? I did decide smack dab in the middle, okay? Did you wipe the wax off? Yes, Connie. I always put the wax on very lightly using our applicator, and then I use the other side and just wipe off the excess. So I do like to rub it off, you know, buff it, basically. All right. Okay, here we go. Hey, Anne Marie. Thanks for joining us. All right, I do have my chocolate chalk paste, and I'm just going to do the whole thing with Waymaker with the brown. Okay, guys, not going to complicate it, so we'll just go in and do the whole thing. You know, you guys said go with your gut, so here it is. You know, if it doesn't turn out the way that I like it, I'm gonna let it dry and go right back over it with, maybe even shadow it with that might be a good idea, with the maroon. And if you guys haven't done shadowing, what you would do is you would let it dry completely. We'll see if we have time and if I think it's gonna look good. But you would let it dry completely, let the chalk paste dry completely, and wash your stencil, and then make sure that it's dry. And then you would put it basically right on top of what you did and move it just ever so slightly to the side and up or down. Okay, so it's not exactly right over it. And then you would go over certain areas, chalk right over them again. You know, I think it would be nice to have a session where we do a little wahoo shadowing. Yeah. Oh, okay, tip, you can store the wax applicator in the wax containers. Thank you. That is a great idea. I have not done that. And if you guys could see my craft room, you would say, you know, you do need some sort of like storage ideas. I got a dream box. So Crystal and I decided we're getting a dream box. We're going to get organized. We're going to get our stuff together. It's going to look nice. And I have not put it together yet. So do need to get on that. All right. Are you ready to see it? All right. So here is my gut, going with my gut. Let me put this over here. What we've got. So let me remove it and see how it turned out. Going to go slowly in case I need to roll it back over, in case I missed a part. And actually the H didn't come all the way through, so I am going to put a little more paste on the H. There we go. And it was right in place. The darkness. That is who you are. Beautiful. Yay. Oh, you guys, great advice. Thank you. I'm going to show it to you. Can't wait for you to see it. Put this to the side here. All right. That's brilliant. Thank you. Oh, yeah, for that tip. Yeah, that was great. Hello, Skeeter Home from Texas. All right. You guys ready? Didn't that turn out beautiful? That is like stunning. That is stunning. So I was trying to decide, rag bow, I don't know. I finally landed on, I'm going to do a hanger, a wood bead hanger. Just keep it simple. I may put some other stuff on later, but I think I'm just going to rock with this for right now. So I'm going to just grab a little bit of tape and string together some beads, and then we'll put it all together and see what it looks like. See if it gets your thumbs up, photo of approval there. That is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Patty and Anne Marie. I appreciate that. I'm glad you guys like it. I was really stuck on what to do with this because I love this stencil. I'm sad that it's, you know, retired, and but there's just some that stick with you and that you love. But you can do this with any stencil, right? But I love the base being a rub-on transfer and then laying it over with a stencil. All right, so let me get several of these threaded. I will put this on my board, and then you guys can let me know what you think. That one's a little wonky. I'm not using that one. Sometimes the beads, I don't know what happens to the wood. It's like the side gets chinked, or that's not the right word. Okay, it's flat. Okay, I guess I don't need too much. How many of you out there have stenciled over your rub-on transfers before? This is it's a good look. It's an interesting look. I like it. Okay, beautiful, beautiful job. Thank you guys with your generous words of encouragement. I appreciate that. So when I put the beads on my jute and I go to make a hanger, I staple it in the back. So I'm just going to show you what I do. And pretty, love that look. Thank you. Never have. You must try it. Absolutely. I mean, come on, it turns out pretty nice, right? So it's worth a try. Okay, let's see. I think that that's probably enough. All right. So what I do is I just knot. I put a knot in one end. Just double knot. One end, and then and then I give it a little bit of slack. I'm going to flip this over. Now this self-healing mat that I have, the Magnolia mat, it has measurements on it, so I'm just going to put it right here, actually upside down, and kind of decide where I want to put it, where the halfway point is. I'm just going to mark it with a piece of tape about where I want it. See, like 1, 2, that's 13. Okay, so I'm going to put it right about here. Now this is how I do it. It's about right where I want it, right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go 3. Let's spread it out a little bit more. So 3 inches this way and 3 inches from in here. All right, so now I've got a placement. I am going to just double check real quick what that's going to look like. And then, you know, I don't put the beads all the way to the knot because I want it to be up over, right? I want the knot down here. I want the beads to start up here. So I've got to give it a little bit of wiggle room, like about an inch. So I think that that's good. All right, let me cut the other one and I'll put it on. And we'll see what that looks like. I have got my, hopefully I have, do you guys remember last time I did this? I got this puppy out and I'm like, how come it doesn't work? And it wasn't even plugged in. Okay, let me find the knot. It was plugged in. All right, then I put one right here. Get this out of the way, and then I am going to show you guys. I'm up in the air about the weekend. All right. Which brown did I use? Teresa, this is the chocolate brown. Chocolate brown chalk paste. Now I'm going to peel my tape off. That was a good marker. Hey, Sandy. All right. All right, let's get a look. See how it turned out. What do you guys think? Would you hang this in your house? Would you give this as a gift? All right, let's see if it's dry. I'm kind of living on the edge here. I'm not going to put the I'm not going to put the maroon on. I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it how it is. What do you guys think? Do you like it, or would you add the maroon? Let me know in the comments what you think. If I add the maroon, I'm going to do some shadowing. What do you think that I should do? Leave it or add maroon? Very pretty. Thank you, Vonda. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Anne and Lisa. Okay, so let me know. Could you please share the name and model of your staple gun? Looks, oh yeah, this is just an arrow. I don't know what the model is. Actually, I have the bag up there, so I can take a look and put it in the comments after we're done. But it's an arrow. It wasn't very expensive, and you just load the staples in here. It's very, very simple to use, and then you just get staples at different depths, and it takes a few different sizes. It accepts a few different sizes, and it's so easy to use. I always feel like the other ones I'm just like pressing down, and this is just the way to go. You know, for a few extra bucks, I would go this route. Okay, leave it. It's beautiful. Okay, I will. All right, guys. Well, here we are. One more time. This is the, let me come up with the name again. What did I say? Because I put something different. I was going to do Scraps and Roses, and I walked away from that one. Distress Compilation Transfer. And the Waymaker Stencil, our 11.5 by 11.5 wood double-sided. Look, I can put something else here. Double-sided wood frame. I added these beads. I could have added them on the top if I wanted to use both sides. And then the Waymaker Stencil, limited time. It's only going to be available till Tuesday, so you might want to hop on and grab it. All right, you guys, have a fantastic evening and weekend, because I'll be off tomorrow. Bye, guys. Thanks for joining me.